Boys, welcome. Good morning. Hope you're having a good time. So today we are finally going to start with our little VOD review things. I've had so many issues as far as trying to get op.gg to work, but I found a solution. We're not even going to use op.gg. I'm just going to go to Twitch and watch their VODs. Um, so hopefully, we'll get some good games to watch. Let's see. I'm obviously doing this. I was inspired by Mr. Beast whenever he goes through and watches Dopa and Faker and Chovy and all those super insane mid laners. But I wanted it. I wanted ADCs, of course, because I'm an ADC main. And this isn't going to be a challenger analysis. It's going to be a platinum analysis and a plat 4 analysis at that. So if you're looking for anything above that, not your place. But I'm just looking to improve and provide some things for ADCs to watch. And I'm gonna be going through some of my favorite ADCs first. Doublelift being the one that I watch all the way through LCS and just pay the most attention to, cheer for the most. So I'm gonna go through his games, and of course I'm gonna pick good games or games that just look good, at least from the KDA perspective and everything like that. So he's been struggling a little bit recently, but he's 924 LP challenger and has a 43% win rate, but he's still averaging like 8 CS per game recently. Has a lot of decent games, but we're going to be going all the way down here to this game where he's also got TSM Donbray, who is apparently on their amateur team, I think. Other than that, I don't recognize any of the other names. I'm not super familiar with pros secondary accounts or amateur teams. Like I have no clue who this guy is. The only reason I is because of TSM. Anyways, we'll see how this goes. So it looks like he did pretty well. Some of his teammates did not. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right on into it. Oh, and if you're wondering who else I'm going to do in the future, I'm going to try and do... I wanted to do Cookie, LOL, but I don't know if I can review his VODs without being a subscriber. I'm going to do Sneaky, Saber, hopefully Reckless if he's streaming into these a little bit at all recently, which I think he is. But we'll see. Anyways, here are the runes. He's got Conquer, Overheal, Bloodline, and the one that does more damage the lower they are. Taste of Blood, Ravenous Hunter. It's pretty standard on Aphelios. I haven't seen people go Lethal Tempo or Fleet Footwork for a while. Anyways, he's doing the Aphelios Thresh lane. Thresh is really nice with Aphelios just because Lantern gets him out of a lot of tough situations, or gets him into situations that he needs to be in. Just because Aphelios' mobility is obviously not there. But it'll be against Kalista Pike, so he'll definitely outrange. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get a good lane phase. That's where I think, personally, I'll be able to learn the most. Yeah, let's go ahead and fast forward a bit. No, not that far. I want to see the first wave.
This is gonna be annoying as fuck.
Okay.
I'm gonna accidentally click on the taskbar now.
Ooh, that's rough. Well, that's a summoner spell advantage. Alright, so you'll notice that this is like the thing that you do as Aphelios early. You pull out your Severum, you farm the waves, and then you pull out your Calibrum, your sniper rifle, and auto them as many times as you can. So that's what I'm imagining he's going to be doing. You see, he's switching back and forth between it every time he thinks that he can get an auto win. Kalista Pike have the level 2 advantage because they were there a little bit earlier. And that's something, if your if your support isn't autoing the wave whenever you first get the lane, and the others is, you're going to lose the level 2. So you either need to ping them to get them to help you out, or just give up the level 2 because you're not going to get it. Alright, little gate coming in here from Hecker. I'm not going to do too much. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see the minimap on a bunch of these. Oh, it is going to do a little much. I didn't expect that to happen. He's gonna die for it though,
Oh no.
which is unfortunate because his wave should be pushing back into the other team, so he's gonna miss a couple minions. As long as Kalista lets it push into her.
That wave is so bad. Maybe
Yep.
I can change my thing now.
And I would imagine she is because she's all the way back
Actually, not
at
helpful.
inner turret essentially.
Oh no, the bot lane is super fed. Dude, I'm actually so annoyed from this bug. Like, you guys can't see it on my screen, but I just have the toolbar, like, covering up the top, like, the bottom 10% of my screen. It's actually so hard to play.
That is super annoying. Yeah, so he missed the cannon and two casters. I think he might have missed a little bit more. I could be wrong. So just unfortunate as far as experience goes and gold early. It's really the first several waves are super important because they can kind of dictate the flow of the game. And Kalista getting ahead early is really good for her because she can just continue to bully you and dominate. My guess is that Kalista wants to try and freeze here. That's what I would want to try and do. If you have the advantage, it's really nice to be able to do that, but I don't think she's going to be able to. The wave was too big. Yeah, so they're going to be able to crash this and it'll slow push back to them. Which is good. Just playing back, there's no reason to be forward. You're not going to get much from autoing the tower at this point, other than a gank from Lee Sin. Hook, and there's the lantern. I'll not cover up Doublelift because I think it looks weird. I'll just cover up his sponsors.
Fuck, man. This lane is so hard. Shouldn't take damage like that, though.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. As it is sometimes, I wasn't paying too much attention. So he's gonna have to let the wave crash into him. Hope that Lee Sin doesn't show up to dive. That would really suck. Heckram's here though, so even if Lee Sin was here, it shouldn't be bad. Okay, little fight here. Heckram's here, so this should be good. Graviton. Ooh.
It's a big old team gap.
Yep. And that feels really unfortunate for their bot lane. You can be playing so well, but as soon as you go forward a little bit too much, the enemy team just 4v2s you. Mundo's going to be getting quite a bit mid lane here, but it was successful. I mean, Katarina, I think she got one of the kills, so it's not a big deal.
Oh, Lee's behind us.
Doublelift's going to get a kill. Lee Sin's back here. I think this should be okay. They have enough CC to... Yeah, I thought so. 1 for 1. Oh, that sucks. I hate it. Whenever it's not like the support was trying to take it there. That was just unfortunate. But you know, it is. It is. I think that's good for Lee.
I'm just guessing how much gold I have. This is so bad.
That really does suck.
No.
Finding good base timings as an ADC is super important. Knowing when to back as far as wave state, but especially gold. So like if you're just backing because you just shoved in a wave and you're like, oh, it's a good time to back, but you have like 600 gold and all you get is a crit cloak, it's like that's a really bad back. You want to be looking for those really good efficient backs, like for the noon quivers, full boots if you can, which isn't going to happen too often. I don't think full boots is the best whenever you first go back. But basically, Noon Quiver is the one that you want, 1350. Or BF Sword, 1300. So around that range. I mean, it's kind of similar with like mages and things like that, where you want to go back for like Lost Chapter. Wave's pushing back, so we'll see if there's a gank from the Lee Sin. He's got some really good dueling guns right now. So it could be trouble for them if they misplay it. But Kalista's just going to keep shoving it in.
Dude, my last setting is so bad. What is going on?
Yeah, it was unfortunate. Oh, excuse me.
Can't be real.
He's level 6, so this will be huge. Yeah, I was going to say the Crescendum. Oh, so close. Crescendum does so much damage whenever you get it paired with Severin because you can get so many stacks paired up super quickly. And then when you all, I think you get an extra 5, maybe 4 or 5. I could be wrong on that. I think they've changed it recently. Aphelios has been buffed 2 patches in a row now. At this point, I don't remember which one we're on.
Is restarting Windows Explorer ever gonna do anything? I don't think so.
But he got the kill. Unfortunately, his wave is pushing towards the enemy tower. So he's going to miss a little bit, but it wasn't anything to cry about. Down almost 20 CS, which is unfortunate. Early, Severum barely, like, the overheal and Severum, it doesn't really feel like it does that much, and that's just from feeling. I should be able to give him a nice lantern out of here. Oh, they're just going to fight again. Non-stop fighting. That's what Kalista loves to do, in my experience. And yeah, she just gets him out of there. Teleport from Heimerdinger. Yeah, I mean, just standard stuff as far as the waves go. He's just doing what he can with it. I'm surprised that they wanted to fight that again. That was pretty troll by the Pyke and Kalista to think that they could do something there whenever Heimerdinger was just there. But Lucian's getting a lot on the top side, so for him, that's good. Getting a couple plates here. I never like sharing plates with more than just my support, but he teleported all the way down there, so I guess he deserves some of the gold. Not going to finish off the tower, though. Going for the Kraken Slayer, which is pretty much the most used mythic for Aphelios. I don't think I've ever seen an Aphelios go something.
That helped. But can you guys see it on OBS?
Nope. Oh, there it is.
Show on my OBS the game anymore?
I'll tell you what. Oh my goodness, I am yawning so much. Number one, but playing against Aphelios, whenever he gets his damage, oh, that's a big slow. That's a big root, and she's got cleanse. Should be another root coming in soon, but he doesn't even need it. Nice. Nice, and this is where it starts to get scary for Kalista because Kalista Pyke, they needed to press their advantage. Unfortunately, they didn't have any help from their team, other than the Lee Sin a couple times. Whereas Doublelift, he's had so much help from his team to help get him back in the game, and that's so huge. I mean, a lot of times whenever you're playing, you're behind, and there's literally nothing you can do. And most teams, like especially like where I'm at, or where I'm sure a lot of other people are at, like below plat or below gold, teams aren't going to recognize that you need, like, unless you get help, like, you're screwed. And so they don't come help. Pyke and Kalista, they have been forward a lot, and so it's made it a lot easier. But his team has definitely helped bail him out as far as that early game, which is going to enable him to carry them. Nice little wave clear action going there. Switch to, yep, Crescendum and have the extra auto attacks hit it. I would like to say more about like the state of the minimap. Unfortunately, I can only see lanes. Like if I could see jungle, it'd be a little bit easier. But you know, we'll make do.
Woo! Kalista getting those big ones, the big fucking spears off.
So he's back tied in CS, which is pretty huge. Or I guess down 5-6 CS, which is huge. 7. Because if you remember, he was down like 20 CS, and that's just again because he was able to number one push that wave all the way out, but his team was helping him out from that deficit. Yep, flash kick. This is gonna be not gonna be a death. I'm surprised he used the Crescendum ult there. It ends up working out because it does so much damage. I would have thought that you would want the his stacks fell off. That's unfortunate. Otherwise, he would do so much. But your Severum does so much. It's so nice whenever you get in those tricky situations, and it'll give you several hundred health heal, and it just takes the enemy off guard. Crescendum Calibrum. I like this gun combination a lot just because of the turrets, but unfortunately, he's not going to be able to use it too much because the Crescendums were so low. Nice sidestep there. Just juking him.
Like he's sprinting it.
And I agree.
And I love it.
Being okay now at this point, now that he's ahead, feels so good as Aphelios because you can do so much. Whenever Aphelios is in a good spot, there's a couple patches ago where it felt like it didn't matter how far ahead you were on Aphelios. He just did nothing to the enemy. He just slapped him. But being this like, from what I've heard, Aphelios feels a lot better. I haven't played him this patch yet, but it seems like people are starting to play him more, and that he does feel a little bit better. Going for the Phantom Dancer before the Runance. It's been popular this season. I'm not a numbers guy, so I don't ever really know why.
Oh, wow.
He's going mid. So it feels like it's been an A-ramp for a little bit of while. I never like whenever there's more another laner mid lane with me. At this point in the game, I'm sure there's a reason for it. Looks like they're just trying to get this tower down. But personally, I would want Heimerdinger to go top. My decision would have been to go top here and catch those waves. It would have been way more dangerous, especially without Thresh. But that's why I'm not in Challenger, I guess. Yeah, they're just trying to knock down this tower. I love the nerf to Aphelios ult. Its range, I know its range is long, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, especially compared to other champions. But, like, compared to what it used to be, it feels like you really can't hit anything. It's like Verisalt, but a little faster. Like, Verisalt... Okay, we're going to have a fight here. Yep, that's easy. Ekram knocks Kalista in. He grabs him, roots her.
It's like so crazy how...
Honestly, a lot of these like kills, I mean...
It's actually not balanced how OP our team is this game.
Yeah, the team is big diff.
I think so.
But he's gotten a lot of like just pick out kills. I'm looking forward to like a big team fight hopefully in the near future. I'm not sure how much longer this game's gonna go though. Here's the guns that you want for a team fight. Gonna back. Going to get Zeal, I'd imagine, from Runans. Yep. Or he's building Infinity Edge first. Okay, I like it. There are a lot of good targets here for Runans, so it would be understandable,
Like
and
super
this is
green
just
screen. Oh,
from
sad.
my
Sad
experience.
for him.
A lot of low range with Kalista and Lucian, both very low range ADCs. So you'd be hopefully, if you're ever hitting them, of course you're hitting several, but like with Lee Sin, Mundo, Pike, they're all going to be up in your face. So Runans would give you some pretty decent value as far as hitting multiple targets at once, and that's what you want. If you're up against a team that has like Azir, Jace, I don't know. This is just a really long range team comp or a big poke team comp where you're not going to be hitting multiple targets and there's only like one dive person. Obviously, you don't want to rush uh, Runans because you're not going to get the value out of it.
Really good control of the game.
And the Infinity Edge is really nice as far as the buff from crit damage at 60%, which is why it's always built third. Got the Crescendum Calibrum. Again, I love these as team fight options because you can just put your turret down in the middle of a messy team fight and it will just auto people and you can auto them from a screen away. That's when you can be super safe. You don't, I mean, that's not how you should always play it, but it's how I like to play it whenever I'm playing Aphelios. But I'm sure he's going to be a little bit more aggressive with how far ahead he is in his team. Another ARAM. He's been mid a lot with his team, which is good. Keeps him safe. And even enemy team is just taking it. I mean, they haven't. The only time that they really punished his team for being in the side lane anywhere was that top lane when they dropped the rift. Yeah, and see, he can just put his turret down there and get some nice 3 autos. That's going to be another one. Spell, I mean, I kind of like the Mundo rework, not going to lie. Yeah, see, he got another couple of free autos. So he's playing like that. I mean, there hasn't really been a full committal team fight, it seems. Oof. Yeah, he's going to have to flash here. It's not going to matter, though. They don't have the damage or the lockdown to take care of them once Spike gets rid of his E. And he's dishing out some damage in these fights. Taking that pink ward away from Katarina, a little cheeky. As Mid Beast would say. I think I called him Mr. Beast earlier. It's I get confused because I watch Mr. Beast, the guy that gives away a whole bunch of money, Mid Beast, the dude that does the Dopa VOD reviews, and then there's a guy called The Beast 721 who does Mario Maker, and I don't even play that game, but it's so much. I mean, it's very entertaining. I don't know, just up my alley, I guess. I go in and out of watching it. He's doing a fun series though. Anyways, back to the game. Yeah, so this is more like what I like. And obviously I guess their goal as a team was just to break down both those turrets and get some map control. But Heimer's bot, Cat's top, and he's mid, which is safest for him. It's a lot safer for an ADC in the mid game to be mid with their support rather than a side lane. Because the lanes are a lot longer. Getting vision's hard, you know. And typically the mid of any of the waves, the mid lane wave is going to be hopefully pushing back towards you the most.
I thought it'd be better.
1 for 1.
We got their TP,
I
right?
keep forgetting to look at the dragon timers, and I want to look at it because I can't tell if it's up. I'd imagine it's down. Okay, yeah, 3 minutes until dragon, so he's got until 25. Okay, I wanted to see if that would take off his CC shield. Like, I don't I don't know if slowing takes it off or if it has to be hard CC. He's got his 3 items. He has Infinity Edge. He's going to do a lot of damage. I'm not sure what his next item will be. I'd imagine it's going to be that Runance that I mentioned earlier. That's always a good buy. It synergizes so well with Severum, with what's the shotgun one? Crescendum? No, that's the boomerang. It'll come at me. All right, another mid fight. And he's staying back, being safe, just hitting who's in front of him. He wasn't trying to look down anybody, which is exactly what you want to do. And the team is just going to run down into him. They're not going to be able to kill him. And he does so much damage. Unfortunately, Kalista is not. She did not get ahead as she needed to.
Or their top later, actually. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so fast. I do this so fast. Watch this.
Yep.
Bam, bam. No! No, guys, I was about to smurf all over this Baron. Oh my god.
And the FF. Yeah. Yeah, there was no way the other team was going to come back after that. So, alright, well, that was fun. Unfortunately, the other team was kind of running it down. So, that was unfortunate. But, you know, just, like, if you're in that position as an ADC, your team sometimes has to bail you out. And if they don't, you just got to suck it up and farm it out. Hope that you can have a little bit of an impact. So, thanks so much, and that was the Plat Perspective.